my math.
Let me hear you.
A few years ago, this car, when we sold the Dave Ressler collection, the family donated this car, which is the car Dave originally had bought to give to us, but couldn't get it to Arizona in time. So he bought another one to give to us.
Well, you heard the whole story, the fact that this car has been donated back multiple times, originally came out of the Dave Ressler collection. Dave Ressler, a longtime supporter and buyer and seller here at Barrett-Jackson, used to have these really colorful coats. And think about how much money this car has already raised, and today it's selling again for a great cause.
Dave wasn't just a consignor at Barrett-Jackson, he was a great showman. He would drive his own cars up onto the block. He would always wear a sport coat in the same color of the exterior of the car. He'd jump out, he'd go waving that sport coat over his head, and the coat would accompany the car to its new buyer. There have been very few consignors at Barrett-Jackson that had the kind of showmanship that Dave Ressler exhibited.
The Z01 was their 35th anniversary celebration package, mostly white out, mechanically basically the same. That's not a bad thing. 245 horsepower, L98, twin-port injected 350, automatic transmission in this one here.
Once again, every penny of the hammer price will go to the American Heart Association and their work to fight heart disease and stroke.
150,000, sure you would. 150,000 down, to get out, buddy, want to pay to get out. 150,000 down, 150,000 down, to get out. 35 and 150, 135 and $150,000. Let me hear you. I sold it for $135,000.
$135,000, every penny of which will go to the American Heart Association. And guess what? John Staluppi, who just bought it, says, let's do it again.
Let's get to it.
All right, I had to get out, buddy, pay here. I had to get down, thank you, John. I had to get out, buddy, pay. Somebody get 25.
And that's the story of this car. It just keeps coming back, and it keeps raising more and more money for the American Heart Association.
I've got 25 who give 50.
You add it all up, this is going to be probably the most valuable C4 Corvette in the world if you count all the money that it's ever made for charity.
And the amount of owners, and amount of high-profile car collector owners as well. Pretty amazing.
And 85, you want 85, and 85,000 down, to get 85 and 100, 100,000 and 100,000.
The Z01 package cost $4,795, and once again celebrating 35 years of Corvette royalties, America's sports car.
And 100,000 down, to get buddy, you want to pay to get anybody through all down in there. And 100,000 on it, and 100,000 down, to get buddy, pay to get 100,000 down, to get. I got 75 upstairs, and I have sold for $75,000.
Well, there it goes, $75,000 for the second time by my math. And once again, I was a journalism major. It wasn't my specialty. That means they sold $210,000, raised that much money for Barrett-Jackson and their causes, the American Heart Association. And I think he's saying, sell it one more time.
Donate the car back again, and we're going to sell it a third time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me hear you.
You know, we see this happen every now and then where somebody purchases the car and says, sell it again. But rarely do you ever see somebody go, let's sell it a third time.
75,000 on it, and 75,000 on it, down to get all through. All done, and 75 and 100, and 75 and 100, and 75 and 100,000 on it, and 100,000 on it, down to get out 100, and 100,000 on it, down to get out. Craig and Carolyn Jackson, thank you for driving the Driven Hearts Initiative and starting it 8 years ago. Let me hear you. Sold for $75,000.
Another $75,000 for the American Heart Association. I think in total that's $285,000.
Saw this charity sale, 35th Corvette anniversary. for $285,000 that went straight to the American Heart Association. Craig, this association, this charity is very close to your heart. Tell me about it.
It is. So heart disease is what my mother ultimately died of, but it is the #1 killer. So I love how much they are really working on research. That's what this goes towards, to help us. I just had my heart checked after having other friends having issues, and younger than me, which made me a little, time to get everything checked. And but when you have people like Linda Vaughn now, and so many of our great customers that have passed, but Linda, our hearts go out. We want you to recover as quickly as possible. It touches all of us. And Joseph was not telling as much of his story, but his father right now is dealing with it in the hospital. So it touches all of us. We need to do all we can to try to find a cure for it, to make us, if anything's going to take us down, it shouldn't be the ticker. So you want to be able to live a long and healthy life and be able to be active and doing things. And my wife started this whole Driven Hearts campaign as it affects her family also. And I want to thank all these gentlemen and all the people that have donated this car back so many times. John, this is your second charity car today.
Yep, it felt good. I figured if Crazy Riley could give the car back, I might as well try and do the same thing. And then we got Nick, of course, did the same thing.
Right, all three of these men donated the car back. Well, one of you kept the car, but you two gentlemen donated it back again, because this charity is very important to you as well, sir.
Absolutely important to me. My father struggled with heart disease. I have a little bit of a heart issue, but we're dealing with it. But at the end of the day, when I saw John, with his generosity, do what he did, I said we got to keep it going, Craig. And then you spoke about how important it was to you, so we kept it going. I'm happy to do it. Gave it back, and somebody finally bought it.
And naturally, Jeanette was part of Heart Association. That's how this all started back a long time ago, and she did the charity car. I think I paid $1 million and something for that car. Some crazy amount of money. I guess, but we enjoy it. We want that's right. We want everyone's heart to be good.
And one of the great parts about this is John Staluppi is a good influence on all of us for donating it back. You are as well, sir. $285,000 direct, 100% of the hammer price to the American Heart Association. Thank you, gentlemen. Love to see that here at Barrett-Jackson.